Motocross. With me now is professional motocross rider Marty Smith. He's 19 years of age and rides for Team Honda. Marty, earlier we were taking a look at some footage and you took a nasty spill. Is this type of racing or this type of accidents or this type of activity take place in stadium races?
Well, if you're a professional, you're out on the track, you're doing what you know how to do best. Sometimes you have a slip up and you can crash. It does happen, but if you're a novice, you know, that's what you're out there for. You're out there to learn, and it does happen.
I see. I noticed that with such the speed and the riding and this gear that you have on. Can you tell us some of this gear that you have on? What is this purpose does it serve?
Okay, we have the helmet here. It's good for a hard impact if you, when you crash, you know, you hit your head. The goggles, they're good for rocks that are flying out from the rear tire of somebody. Usually have a mouth guard here, which protects your mouth or your nose. Mm-hmm. You have a pair of shoulder pads. It's good if you crash, if you go through a fence. And you have a chest protector. It's built in usually for also rocks coming from the rear tire when you're following somebody.
I notice you have this is a kidney belt. This is something that joins the leathers together. What does this do here?
Well, this is, see, motocross is it's very jarring for your insides. This kidney belt kind of like, it holds your insides together, keeps them in place. We got the leathers there. They got knee cups in there. They got padded right here. They're also good. It's all for if you crash, you know, if you bump into somebody or something like that.
With all this gear on here, you have more gear on than a professional ice hockey player, right?
Yeah, you've got to do it. This is a professional sport, and your life is in danger, and you've got to be protected.
Let me ask you, speaking about football and ice hockey and all these things, this gear that you have on here, obviously you got to be in fit. You're an athlete. What do you do to practice daily? What's your routine to maintain your shape for winning?
I like to get out about 3 or 4 days a week on my bike and get some good practice in, maybe 3 hours a day or something like that. I run, maybe, I like to get out to run 3 or 4 days a week. You know, just keeping in shape. I don't watch my diet too well, but I don't eat junk food either.
Let's see. What does Marty Smith, the professional racer, do in his own time?
He doesn't have a lot of that, but when he does, he likes to go camping, I guess you might say, maybe.
You're the youngest racer in this industry, 19 years of age, Team Honda, professional rider. You ride around the country. You are, if I'm not mistaken, the highest point-winning national #1 plate rider, are you not?
Yeah, I guess so, that's true.
How many races did you ride this year?
Oh, I think I rode maybe close to 47 races, maybe 40.
47 races, 19 years of age, riding for Honda and working your way around the country. I'm curious, we're getting back to the part of being a pro rider. Are you not possibly one of the youngest riders in this country, motocross? Most people would think, most people would think that a rider would be a little bit older, a little bit younger.
Well, if you start out young, you can, you get the knack of it, you know what I mean? You know, if it's anything, if you start young, you'll be better at it, and I'm trying anyway. Okay. I guess I am one of the youngest.
We saw you take a spill at the Super Bowl of Motocross, and I think we'll probably be looking at some more film of the Super Bowl of Motocross, and Marty will be mentioning about the Anaheim track that will be coming up, an incredible $100,000 Grand Prix-style course. And we'll have more on Marty and some more Super Bowl footage right after this. Possibly the most exciting part of the race is the last part of the race, the third moto. Let's take a look at that third moto at the Ole Super Bowl of Motocross, the LA Coliseum. We roll the film.
These are the leaders. Jimmy Weinert is third, Jim Ellis is second, and Belke is the leader.
They're getting ready now. Watch very carefully because the riders, every one of them is going to make the same kind of start. They're all staying back at least 5-6 feet from the start, and there they go.
A beautiful start, and there's a new development. Mike Runyard has gone out in front as he exploded out of the gate. He's a teammate of Jimmy Ellis, and that's a factor because Ellis is right there in third spot behind number 21, Pierre Carsmakers. Buried back in the pack is the race leader, Zdenek Belke, number 77. Tony DeStefano rides in fourth spot on number 3. Here's DeStefano cutting down to the inside. Runyard is your leader, but DeStefano shoots up into second place on machine number 3, making 2 passes in that corner. So your leader as they come over that big jump is Mike Runyard. Here comes second place Tony DeStefano. Third is Jimmy Ellis on the outside, trying to get up into the lead on his Can-Am. The race moving down that back stretch and over the big jump as the back markers try to make up ground. Here's DeStefano challenging on Mike Runyard, bike number 36, trying to get to the inside. There's Ellis on machine number 7. It's tight traffic through that twisting infield turn, up and over the whoop-de-doo. And here's DeStefano, out of shape, somersaulting over the handlebars. The second-place rider has crashed.
DeStefano tries to regain his feet, but his hopes in the Super Bowl bite the dust here. What a bad break for this 19-year-old Pennsylvania campaigner.
That's going to put those two Can-Am stars first and second as the crowd cheers them on. It's the black and white of the Canadian manufacturer running in first and second spot. Mike Runyard, the leader, and Jimmy Ellis is your second-place campaigner right now.
Remember, Ellis has to win this third and final moto to win the lion's share of $30,000. Velke has only to finish second in this third and final moto to win the Super Bowl of motocross.
Here comes Ellis making his charge to the outside around Runyard. They come down to that big leap at the start-finish line, and Ellis vaults into the lead. This entire throng comes to its feet and cheers number 7, Jimmy Ellis, on as he leads in the Super Bowl of motocross. This young 19-year-old who exploded out of the New England scene 2 years ago is one of the emerging superstars. His pit crew, Dad, Mom, his young bride, and the family's pet skunk. He's 3 for 3 in stadium races this year, and we ask him if that gives him a psychological advantage.
I probably have a little advantage over everybody else because I did win those other 3 races, and I'm hoping to do real good in this race. We have a lot of competition out here today.
With tremendous confidence, jumping about 25 rows, the Los Angeles Coliseum, Jimmy Ellis reigns supreme here in round number 3 with an 8-second advantage over second place.
Oh, he's in trouble, Ken. He's off the racetrack. Ellis hit that whoop-de-doo and got out of control, and here comes the field bearing down on him as he struggles to get back underway. That margin is trimmed down to just a couple of seconds as Mike Runyard is right there in second spot, and Zdeněk Velke has now charged up into 4th. It's an all-new ball game for Jimmy Ellis, the race leader at this point, as Velke is knocking at the door back there. There's Velke, number 77, and he's challenging for 3rd with Rich Thorwaldson. Here comes your leader, Jimmy Ellis, but there's lots and lots of action right behind him.